right, everybody. So today we're going deep on something that affects every single one of us, data privacy. Or more specifically, what happens when that trust is completely shattered.
Yeah, and you know what? This isn't some abstract theoretical thing. We're diving into a real story,
Yeah.
a cautionary tale with some pretty hefty consequences.
Yeah, we've got the story here. A car rental employee, some serious legal hot water. We're talking fines, lawsuits, even an international move to try and dodge the fallout. So are you ready to get into this?
Absolutely, let's go.
Okay, so the story revolves around a guy named Jonathan Riches. He was working for Enterprise Rent-A-Car, right? But he decided to leave and start his own thing.
His own company, yep. And he was dealing with, get this, personal injury claims.
Okay, so far so normal. A lot of people out there starting businesses. What's the catch?
Well, instead of fighting clients the, let's say, traditional way, he used his old job to his advantage.
What do you mean? Like he knew people at Enterprise who hooked him up?
More than that, we're talking about their customer database. He accessed it after he quit.
Hold on. He could still get into that information after he left the company. How is that even possible?
Yeah, that's a huge red flag, right? And he used that access, that unauthorized access, to get information about people who'd been in accidents, names, contact info, maybe even more than that.
So he's looking at their database, seeing who got into a fender bender, and
Uh.
then what? He's like, hey, you need a personal injury lawyer. I'm your guy.
Pretty much. Used it all to drum up business for himself. And it wasn't a one-time thing either. This went on for years.
Oh, man. No kidding, he got into hot water. What are we even talking about here? A slap on the wrist?
Oh, no. We are talking some serious consequences. £10,000 fine? That's British pounds, by the way. Plus, all the legal fees on top of that. Oh, and he also had to pay Enterprise £300,000 in a separate lawsuit.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot of money. So clearly this wasn't just some minor thing. You don't throw down those kinds of numbers unless it was a big deal.
Not at all. In fact, the Information Commissioner's Office over in the UK, they're the big dogs for data protection.
Right.
They called it a sophisticated and long-running scheme, said it really damaged public trust.
Which makes sense, right? I mean, if you can't trust your car rental company to keep your data safe, especially after you're no longer a customer, who can you trust?
And that's the bigger issue here. This wasn't just about one guy and one company. This throws a spotlight on how vulnerable all our data is. It's a reminder that these breaches, they don't have to be some massive hack. Sometimes it's a lot more calculated and insidious than that.
Yeah, and it really makes you think. Every time you hit that accept cookies button, every time you hand over your email for a loyalty program, it makes you stop and wonder, where is this information really going and who might be looking at it down the line? Not great for peace of mind, huh?
Nope. And honestly, that's the takeaway here. We all need to be more aware of who we're trusting with our data. Because as this case shows, that trust can be broken and the consequences, they can be huge.
Jonathan Riches, everybody. A name to remember, maybe not in a good way, but definitely one that drives home the point about data privacy. All right, with that image in mind, let's wrap up today's deep dive.